Welcome to this episode of Say It with Scott, where we look at how the words we use influence those around us. I'm Scott Sery. I'm a copywriter, and I love how I can take a word here and there in a sentence. I twist them around just a little bit and dramatically change the entire message that I'm sending. This episode is brought to you by Strategic Advisor Board and by my company, Sery Content Development. Every time anybody sits down to write anything, they pull up this blank page and they generally suffer from what is known as writer's block. It's a really crazy phenomenon because writer's block is when you have this entire picture in your mind and you know exactly what you're going to put on paper, you know the exact topic, the ideas that you want to put out there, but you really don't know how to combobulate them, it's the opposite of discombobulate them, into coherent sentences that will portray the accurate message that you really want to send. So one of the ways, I talked about this a couple weeks ago and a couple videos ago, you can use somebody else's words to get started. I want to go a little bit deeper into that today, where when you look at a blank page, it's daunting and it's intimidating and you're like, oh no, what do I do? How do I get started? And that's where that writer's block sets in. The best way to not worry about writer's block, to not suffer from that, what do I do? How do I even get started? Is to never start from scratch. A couple different ways to do this. Use ChatGPT. ChatGPT, any of these AI sources, Google came out with Google Bard. It's a really good one. The Microsoft one isn't quite there yet. You can use these to write yourself an article or write yourself some sort of content or some sort of copy, and then take that and spin it back into your own words. Start with that idea to get your brain moving in the right direction, and then you can take it to your own words so it's not something spit out by AI. Now, if you need something quick and dirty, the 5 reasons you should visit a chiropractor type thing, you can use these programs. They actually create a pretty comprehensive and legible content that you can put on your website. The only problem is Google is probably tracking those things. It can see it's an AI program itself, so it recognizes other AI programs. And my theory is they're going to start penalizing for that, so you don't want to use it a lot, if at all. Another way to not start from scratch is to just research other people's work that did the exact same thing coming before you. The best way to do this is to just look up your competitors. See what they're talking about, especially the ones that are very, very successful. See how they form their sentences, see how they talk about their product and services, and do something similar. Now you have that idea going, you twist it into what you do, your standout factor, your unique proposition, and you can use that same flow, that same idea, but as it pertains to your business. Some of these can be really easy. Some of them are still incredibly difficult. So if it doesn't make sense, that's where a copywriter comes into play. We look at this stuff all day long. We do our research and we know exactly what to do in order to make you sound really good. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Say It with Scott. I hope you found some inspiration and education you can apply to your own business. As usual, if it didn't make sense, if you need that copywriter to help you out, hit the links in the description below. Reach out. I am happy to help. But before you go, please like, comment, and subscribe. That way you get notifications every time Strategic Advisor Board posts some great new content.